Hi Sloths, and welcome back to Witch's Heart. In the last episode, we essentially finished Wilardo's conclusion. And in this episode, we're actually going to be getting the second or the other ending to Wilardo's conclusion. So, without further ado, Beautiful Flower Demon's Curse, revisit this story? Yes. Will you begin from the start? Or from the branching choice? From the choice. And here we go once more. This is going to be the final one. And here we are back here again. Wilardo is looking up at the moon. What do I really want to do? Once I die, everything will be over. So I thought there was no need to fuss over how I accomplished it. It's a thing I've sought for so long, and yet... Come to think of it, even Gramps. That day I went to pick the Dark Lily, he seemed to hesitate to send me. Maybe at the end, Gramps also didn't want to get someone else involved in his wish. What should I do now? Ultimately, it's still the same situation as before I came here. How will I live through the endless days that await me after this? Will I keep searching for the Dark Lily, unlikely to ever find it? When I think about all the days that followed after Gramps left me alone, I do feel a desire to just put an end to everything already. What do I want to do from here? Should I try to positively embrace life? Or do I want to cling to death? Deep down in my heart, my wish is to sleep because I'm tired. And here we go, here's the other ending. Now then. It's about time I decide what to do with this witch's heart. I still haven't determined whether I'm going to give this to Ash or Wilardo. But personally, I feel the best choice is... Aha! So then the witch's heart can only grant negative wishes. Yeah. I don't know whether you'll believe me or not, but that's the truth. I see. But that would mean, for all the talk of any wish, that's not anything at all, is it? It really is strange, isn't it? To think that it'll only grant a wish if it has a negative phrasing. A negative phrasing? So, for instance, a wish of I want to cure a sickness wouldn't be granted, and yet, if it were a wish of I want to erase the cells of the disease, that would be granted. Yes. I think that would probably work. Could it be you want to cure someone's sickness with a witch's heart, Ash? No, I mean... That was just an example, you see. Got it. But seeing as you're curious about rephrasing, is it a positive wish you were considering? Indeed. I prefer not to discuss it with others, to permit me to keep it hidden, but yes. However, like my earlier example of a sickness, it is possible my wish could be granted depending on how I express it. For my talk with Ash the other day, I learned that his wish was a positive one. Not a vile one like Nicholas, in other words. Something such that even if it were granted, Claire would likely be unharmed. Wilardo, on the other hand, when he learned that witch's heart would only grant negative wishes, he didn't show me any real reaction. So it seems very likely that his wish is a negative one. What's more, at the end of the previous loop, Ash was more shameless with his actions compared to Wilardo, which meant that Ash was likely the one who would be harder to negotiate with if he became an enemy. Alright. I'll give the witch's heart to Ash. Who is it? Sirius! Hello. Ah, Sirius? That's right, you wanted to talk with me. Well, there is that, yes. But I thought I'd hold off on such involved discussions for a bit. And if I waited too long, it'd be harder for us three to gather. Us three? Come on. You can enter now. Pardon me. Huh? Claire? You two. What's this all of a sudden? Ahem. I brought tea. We have sweets too. Huh? Noel, I brought an extra chair. Sit in the middle. Sure. What brought this on out of the blue? Well, earlier, Sirius suggested we have a tea party. Huh? That's unusual for Sirius to suggest something like that. Well, I had some tea cakes that were about to expire, you see? I couldn't have eaten them all on my own, so I thought I'd have you two help. Perfect for dessert. Won't you eat with us? Chatting all the while? I'd gladly join you for that. Thank you. So the rabbit fled into the neighbour's house. Yeah. And it made the old man next door leap up. He hopped right along with the rabbit. Huh? You're laughing up a storm, but was there something funny about that? I mean, it's really amusing. Just imagining it makes me smile. It's truly trivial to tickle your funny bone, isn't it, Noel? These three are adorable together. Noel, you can laugh no matter what I talk about. I'm glad. You're a great talker, Claire. But I feel bad that I've been doing all the talking, so if there's something you want to say, Noel, go ahead. Huh, me? I'm not all that good at talking. Well then, how about we look at the stars? Hey? You're good at talking about stars, aren't you, Noel? That sounds great. Let's look at the stars. Sure. Alright, let's do that. The stars are so pretty. They sure are. I'm glad it's a clear night. Speaking of stars, I'm a Leo. Can you see that around this time? Ah, yes. It's easy to see Leo this time of year. Is it? Cool. And that brightly shining star is called Regulus? It's a part of the Leo constellation. Oh, that's... Oh, it's really shining. That reminds me, isn't Regulus bigger than the sun? Ah, yeah. It's about 3.8 times the size. What? It's that big? I think Noel once told me how there are actually many stars bigger than our sun. Doing this sort of thing makes me feel like I've returned to the past. As children too, the three of us would often look at the night sky like this. Though normally quiet, Patricia would always become awfully talkative when it came to sharing knowledge of stars. It's a relief to see that hasn't changed a bit. How nostalgic. Ah, this is so much fun. When the three of us are together, it's like we've gone back to those days. I know it's just a dream that's not to be, but if only these nights could go on forever. And Claire gets really happy whenever I tell her about Leo and the sun. So I always bring it up when talking stars. As many times as I've told her, she's always forgotten because of the loop. I wonder if she'll remember from now on. I hope she does. Claire, what are you looking at so intensely? The moon. The moon? I mean, it just seems so beautiful tonight. Like it'll swallow you up with its gentle light illuminating the dark sky. Huh? Sure, it's pretty. But enough to say all that about it? It doesn't feel that different from usual to me. When I keep staring at something beautiful like this, I think I can understand the feeling of wanting to be enveloped in it and just melt away. Looking at the moon, Claire said things I couldn't follow. Her expression seemed so mature. I felt a slightly different air about her compared to the Claire I knew back then. It seemed like Claire was seeing something entirely different from me in the moon. Claire? Yes? Is something the matter, Noel? Seeing her look up at my face, I lowered my gaze to meet her eyes. Was Claire always this small? Come to think of it, her once long hair had also become shorter. It suited her either way, so I hadn't really thought too deeply about it until now, but for some reason, now of all times, I took notice of the change in her. Back then, you would tell me anything, so I believed I knew all there was to know about you. And yet suddenly, I felt like I didn't understand her anymore. 12 years had passed since then, after all. It would be more odd if nothing changed. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know that. But all of a sudden, that now brings me an unease. Maybe the Claire in front of me now is different from the Claire who was at my side 12 years ago. That's all the rooms checked. I felt there was quite a lot of writing about demons in this mansion. What caught my attention in particular was the talk of demonic pacts. One book mentioned that in exchange for a jewel made from part of a human's body, a demon will grant a human power. In other words, by making a pact with a demon, would they be able to grant a wish? And yet, where might one find a demon? Also, there was another curious thing. This mansion has a few secret rooms. The first was under Noel's room, down some concealed stairs. Though that appeared to be a normal storage room with nothing of any interest. The second was a hidden door in the back of Siri's room, which I just saw earlier. Entering the room, I saw a large magic circle. I couldn't help but be curious about it. But as I moved inside, I suddenly heard a girl's voice. Charlie, you should stay away from that magic circle. Surprised, I looked for who'd spoken, but there was no one in the room but myself. And in that moment, I felt that I could not ignore that girl's words. There is something in this mansion. I must investigate further still. Well then, it's getting late. We'll take over... For fuck's sake. Well then, it's getting late. We'll take our leave. Right. Oh, serious? I'll help you clean up. That's alright. It's not that much to wash. Well then, what will... For fuck's sake! Well then, that will do it for today. See you tomorrow, Noel. Yeah, good night. I have a lot on my mind, but... more important than my feelings, there's something I need to do. Alright, I'll go give Ash the witch's heart. Doesn't seem like he's there. Huh? There's no response. Maybe Ash isn't in his room right now? We've found Wilardo at least. I guess we could talk to him. What are you doing there, Wilardo? Noel? Looking at the moon. The moon? Yeah. I like the view you get from here. It just seems so beautiful tonight. If you got troubles, you should try looking too. Huh? The sky's clear tonight, so the view outside's pretty. I know that. I was just looking at the sky myself earlier. Why did Claire choose Wilardo? I mean, he was trying to kill Claire. Honestly, I can't understand it at all. Why him? When I looked up at the sky, it seemed no different from what I'd seen earlier. Ever since I was a kid, I'd often look up at the sky whenever something happened. When I see the vast sky above, it makes me feel small and insignificant. It sure does. I feel like I can really understand what he means. I've really liked looking at the sky too for a long time. I get it, Maybe the truth is, I always wanted someone to save me. Those words naturally slipped out of my mouth. That's right. I must have been saved by their feelings of concern for me. Much to my surprise, my heart felt at peace. Huh. Noel? You know, I might have misunderstood you a little. You were just looking for someone to save you all this time too. For some reason, Noel looked like he was on the verge of tears. I was like that too. Always wanting someone to save me. And when it was too much to bear, someone came along to understand how I felt and save me. So I understand. Noel? I feel refreshed somehow. I'm glad I could hear those words from you. So the most important thing about her hasn't changed at all since then. Huh? It's nothing. I'm glad I could come here and look at the sky with you. See you. So, Wilardo was always seeking salvation. To think he tried to kill Claire before, yet could show me such a peaceful expression. I understand now. It was Claire who changed him. Claire really is amazing. Strong and kind, my hero. No doubt there are a lot of things that have changed in these 12 years, but in that time, I'm sure she's continued to consider people's hearts and save them. There were others like me who have been saved by her. Knowing that makes me truly happy. Oh my, if it isn't Noel. Ah, Ash. You were walking around with quite the pleased look on your face. Did something good happen? Ah, well, yeah, it did. Was I grinning that much? That's a little embarrassing to be caught like that. Aha! I'm glad for you, very much so. Seeing you look so happy, Noel, I find myself sharing in your happiness too. Ah, that's right. I was thinking about giving the witch's heart to Ash. Is something the matter? To Ash. Is that really what I should do? I thought I should get to sleep soon, but looking at that moon suddenly made me want to see his face. It'd probably be a bother to go visit him at this hour. Besides, he might be asleep already. The last time I saw him in the dining room, he seemed a little listless. I'm sure Wilardo has a lot to think about with what happened today, but if he's depressed, I find myself wanting to do something for him. I want him to enjoy himself, at least a little. But while I like to feel enjoyment, fuck's sake. But while I like to feel enjoyment, it might not be the same for Wilardo. Me trying to involve myself with him could just make him think I'm annoying. But as far as my own desires go, I want him to smile. Though I'd only ever seen him truly smile when he was with that old man. I want him to be able to smile like that again someday. But to think that way, that's being far too pushy, isn't it? It's not really in my nature to brood over all these complex things. If he turns me down, I can just leave. Okay, I'll go see him. Here we go. I'm feeling a little nervous. There's no response. Maybe he's asleep after all. Claire? Wilardo, my friendo. Wilardo! What is it? You needed something from me? I just felt like seeing your face. Huh? And also I wanted to talk with you. Alright. If it's just for a bit, that's fine. Oh, I'm glad. But let's not use my room. Anywhere's fine with me, but why not your room? A closed room's no good after what happened before, right? Did you already forget what I did? You might think that's over now, but you ought to be a little more wary. I suppose so. Yes, you're certainly right. How about the dining room? We can sit down and talk. That sounds good. Well then, let's go with that. Still though, what got you wanting to see my face this late at night? I was looking at the moon and it felt like meeting you. The moon? what a coincidence. I was just looking at it myself earlier. Wow. Then I wonder, I don't suppose you also felt like wanting to see me when you saw the moon? Nah. I figured as much. But I did think of you. Hey, Wilardo? What? You know, I just learned something. Apparently there's a star out in space that's bigger than the sun. Well, that's sudden. What made you bring that up? Are you surprised? I was really shocked to hear that myself, so I thought I'd share the surprise with you. I mean, I already knew that. Huh? In fact, I think there'd be more people who knew that don't. Is that so? Once again, I've shown my ignorance. That's embarrassing. I wonder where everyone picked up that knowledge. Picked it up, huh? I learned about stars from the journeys of Carl. Who's Carl? The Journeys of Carl? I've heard of that. It's a famous non-fiction book. It's considerable length, but it's good, so I've reread it a bunch. Huh? I'm curious about it. Do you often read books, Claire? I'm not very good with printed words, so I only read them very occasionally. But I do love Kevin Martinez's Witch's Heart. Ah, I know that one. It's good, right? Yeah, Lime wrote it. If you can read that, I think you can probably handle the Journeys of Carl too. It's not anything too complicated. I see. I'll try reading it sometime. Still, Wilardo, you read a bunch of books, huh? I wouldn't say I'm necessarily a book liker. I've mostly read the famous stuff. Besides, I've got nothing if not time. Time. That's right. Wilardo's immortal. Woo! Come to think of it, I never told you about the wish I wanted granted. I guess this is a good opportunity as any to tell you the truth. Is it okay for me to hear something so important? Sure. After what I did to you, I want you to at least know the reason. I already knew what Wilardo's wish was, but I was finally about to hear it from his own mouth. You might not be able to believe me, just telling you out of the blue like this. But actually my body's cursed and I can't die. I got like this over 500 years ago now, and I've been alive ever since. But it seems I'm just not suited for it. I've gotten tired of living. For a long, long time, I've wanted to die. Oh, Noel's just up there. Huh? No one thought to think like, oh, is anyone else in this room? But I think I'm going to end this episode here, so please like and subscribe. It's always free, and I'll see you later.